Hello and welcome back. Once again today I am venturing out of my cavern to join into a game of Dungeons and Dragons that an acquaintance of mine is running. It'll be linked down below in the description. You should go check him out if you want to see more of his stuff on his own. But please sit, relax, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Hello, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to D&D session 1. We're going to session 1 now. We're introducing the main plot to the players. Right now, my 2 players are muted, and they're going to watch a video. And my other player that's sitting right in front of me is going to watch a video on my other screen. It is a poorly acted out version of a script with bad pronunciation, horrible spelling, and so on and so forth. But it is what it is. It gets the plot to everyone, so everyone can kind of follow what's happening. I don't have really good pictures, so you're just going to have to trust me on this a little bit. So a little bit of an intro for everyone. You are now in the Chamber of Crowns 5 years later. 5 years later. And this is the monthly, like you show up monthly for a meeting with the people in of the Chamber of Crowns. You listen in on to what's happening. But in this chamber that you're sitting in, you have all 5 kings and queens there that you can see. And on the outer edges of this building, you will see statues of people that basically founded the different states and people that were originally part of the Crown of Chambers, or Chamber of Crowns, excuse me. They are, all there. Everything's really nice. In this video, I'm going to give a little bit of background because I don't have the, I don't think I have descriptors in there. Maybe I do. I don't know. We'll find out. I think this is the right version. But if something doesn't make sense, just watch the video. It might not make sense right away. But after that, if my players have any questions, I will try to answer it. If chat has a question, I can try to answer it. I tried my best with this, and I'm sorry that if it's not great. So yeah, but let's hopefully this gets out to everyone. I have no idea. I'm gonna switch over to a different screen here. I'm gonna go over to this one.
You all walk into a room that is circular in nature. It's about rough in diameter. There's a main entrance that you just entered to one side and a small door leading out of the back of this room. The middle sits a symbol carved in marble on the floor. The symbol represents the harmony of the 5 states of Istal. Along the walls sit statues of the first kings and queens that made the continent and states. Further towards the middle of the chamber sits a half circle of thrones. On these thrones sit the 3 kings and 2 queens of the continents of Istel. From left to right sit Miranda Summer, Queen of Walleton, Shazatai, King of Alubai, Patpaya, Tone, King of Suntai, Amethyst Soar, Queen of Moodai, and Cask Marymount, King of Vale. Beside King Patpaya sits a guard clothed in dark armor with a gold accents. This is Patpaya's lead guard, Arthur. Next to Queen Miranda stands her lead guard, Maxwell. Finally, beside King Cask stands Astu, his lead guard. Above you sits a glass dome showing the map of the continent and its states. There are 3 giant windows that sit behind the thrones. As Cass sits down on his throne, the kings and queens start their conversations. Now that we have all arrived, let us begin the main topics of discussion. Most importantly, let us start with the Crown of Future Sight. Shaza, have you any rumors of your crown? No. I have received reports from my secret ops that they have an idea that it was someone that lives within my castle and is aware of the vault system. They have taken into custody Engineer Rosho, the one who built the vault. My noble wizard as well was taken into custody. Fur, He was the one that could have bypassed the magic seals on the vault. Other than that, my ops have made 40 miles from my castle with no reports of the Crown. However, they have come into contact with a group calling themselves Ditix Lixidus, meaning the Creators in Abyssal. They have shown no form of hostility, nor do they show any active crimes. They are now reported to the guards as a minor threat level and should be monitored. I still cannot believe that you lost the damn crown, Shaza. It is essential to the continent's future, and you lose it. If I knew someone in my castle was a threat, I would have used the crown to check to see if they were the threat to the crown. However, I felt no presence of danger, therefore I had no need to use the crown, Cask. If it were I would have seized all of the men and women in the castle and questioned them immediately.
Cask, Shaza, now is not the time to fight one another. Shaza may run his kingdom as he so pleases. We just need the crown back as soon as we can. Other than the crown missing, another topic at hand is the loss of the population in the state of Mudai. Amethyst, is there any word on that? I am still unsure about why the people have been greatly decreasing. My nobles and scholars have recommended that we search the Chasm of Death. They worry that the smarter entity is causing the people to go down there. However, there is no proof to this theory. I have sent my secret ops to the Chasm of Death to search. No reports thus far of any higher entities. Danger in the chasm has not changed since we established Mudai. I worry the loss of people in Mudai will cause others to move from Mudai and cause a collapse in the kingdom.
I agree. What if the people have been worried about the health of their crops? It has been unbelievably hot in the state, and the crops have been suffering. Has it not, Amethyst?
Yes, the crops have been struggling this year, but this is not new to the kingdom. 5 years ago, we suffered from a drought, but we still had a full population. I believe there's some group or large entity at work in my state. Let us keep an eye out of the unusual group in our states, please. Shaza, if you can, I would like you to send your nobles and researchers to question the group Ditix Lixidus.
Agree.
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 Agree. Okay, now that has been concluded, Pitpaya, reports have come to us about the mountains to the east of the castle. What are these reports?
Yes, reports have been documented and reported of the population of the mountain men increasing and taking more land beyond the mountains. They refuse to converse with us, have made no agreements with us. My guards have created a line of defense outside the mountains in case the mountain men take action against the state. The mountain men have showed no hostility to us, have posed no real threat. It is concerning that though, according to my secret ops, there is advancements in siege weapons and study in technology with the mountain men. We'll keep an eye on the mountain men, but will take no actions.
As soon as Papia stops talking, the front doors swing open and a hooded figure in all black walks in. He walks in with no haste. He just kind of nonchalant walks into the middle of this room past you guys, and he stands there, and you can tell that he looks from underneath his cloak at all the kings and queens.
Who are you? How dare you enter this place unauthorized? Guards, seize this intruder.
As Cask orders the guards to seize this man, the guards start stepping towards the man, as suddenly a glass-like material is thrown from the man's hood and strikes through one of the guards as the guard falls to the ground and dies. The other two guards stop right where they are and do not make an attempt to walk even closer to this man.
What is this? I demand you to show your face.
The man removes his hood and drops it to the floor. It shows what appears to be a half-elf with black hair that's put into a bun and piercing green eyes.
He looks about 28 years old. He wears a slight smirk on his face, and on top of his head, he wears a crown.
Son? That is the crown of Future Sight. How on earth did he get that? Son? How are you alive? You were killed.
Really, Father? You think I was killed?
You were on death row. Your head was severed from your body.
But yet I still stand before you, and with the crown of Future Sight, nonetheless.
You are committing a crime that will lead you to your death, Marcus. Leave this chamber and return the crown at once.
I already died once. What would it be to me if I died again?
Son, why are you here? Why do you have the crown?
Oh, come now, Father. You play coy just to keep yourself safe.
I do not follow. What is the meaning of this nonsense, Marcus?
Oh? So you haven't told them, have you, Father?
I do not understand what you mean.
You few really think this man here used the crown to see the future safety of the continent. He aged only 5 months after he admitted he used the crown. If he truly were using the crown to view the continent's safety, he would have grown many years, not just 5 months. You are all smart men and women. You are all aware how the crown works. The further you look into the future, the more you age.
What are you implying?
I am implying your good-named king of Alubai had used his crown's magic for personal gain, which is a crime according to the Chamber of Crowns. Is it not?
Shaza, this cannot be true. You did not use the crown for your own personal gain.
No, King Cask, I did not. I used it to see the continent's future. You lie. You used it the day before I was sentenced to death. You used it to see my future, to see if I passed. You knew I survived. You knew I'd come back from the dead. That is why you hid the crown somewhere else other than the vault. You took it into your room and hid it in your dresser, 'cause you saw that if you put it into the vault, I would have taken it. But Father, you only saw what could have happened if no one else could see the future like you. But there are beings much stronger than that crown, and they told me your secrets.
This cannot be true, Shaza. I read his thoughts. The son's words are true. He does not utter lies of his father. You have wasted the crown's use for fighting the future of your son? And you have lied to the Chamber of Crowns, and you have committed a felony. Furthermore, you had lost the crown only to find out that your son had stolen it.
Yes, I used the crown to see my son's future, to see if he was truly killed. I saw him return from death. He came back, and I could see him coming for the crown in my vault. So, I hid it the day he was supposed to arrive. However, it appears my son has gained some magic that can show him where the crown is, as well as change the natural outcome of the future. Son, why have you done this? Why have you put our people in danger? My father could have seen the future of your guards behind you. He could have used the crown to help those in danger of death, but he uses it for himself. Arthur, you could have used the crown to tell you that you will die in 3 days from a poison in your drink, dropped there by your own loving wife. Maxwell, he could have told you that your son will disappear in 6 days when he runs away from home. Astu, he could have told you that you will be surpassed in your lead role as guard, but yet he does not, and he keeps it. He keeps the power quiet from the continent and others, and uses it for his own gain.
He uses the crown properly to protect the continent as a whole, not for individuals. He uses it to save our future.
Yet he wastes his life away, watching me for years of my life. If he can use it to see his son's future, why can he not do so for everyone else? Is Arthur's life not important enough to you? Is Maxwell's son expendable to you, Father? I think Maxwell will disagree.
Enough!
As Patpia yells enough, he stands up, and suddenly there's a loud slice noise, and Patpia sits back down, screaming in pain as he holds his hands to his chest, blood dripping onto his legs and onto his shirt. And as you look closer, you realize that his fingers have been severed from his hands, and they're sitting on the throne. Please, you really think I would have come here openly knowing you can banish me, Patpia? I've seen what happens when I come here. Without your fingers, Patpia, your crown is useless. Now that has been taken care of, let me inform you why I come here. It is the end of Istal. You all have been corrupt in the nature of the crowns, and have become blind to your states. It is time to end this system of government. If you so please to feed your own self-needs, then there is no point of your government. It is time to make a new continent, a new form of government. Now, let's do away with the government. Let's create utter chaos. Marcus removes the rest of his cloak and reveals a spell scroll that's been tied to his hip. He unfurls it and reads the words. As he reads them, Cask stands to attempt to attack Marcus. When Cask leaves his throne, magical chains appear from it and pull him back to it. He's unable to move, and no one else makes an attempt towards Marcus. As Marcus finishes the words on the scroll, the crowns that are upon each of the people's heads disappear.
What have you done, Marcus? Where are the crowns?
I had to make it fair for the citizens. Without your crowns, you are no longer kings or queens. You are just another person of this damned planet. I have given the people a chance to become the new rulers. No more do we have to deal with your laws, and no more do they have to deal with your lies. Let you die by the hand you ruled over for years. Let anarchy begin. And let those that know your lies seek your death. You could have stopped this, Father. Thareth, Ibahala, Ath, Taisua Ash, and Eth Givar, as chaos. Okay, Zusaplax, Mikchurg, Rospo Woks. As soon as Marcus finishes speaking in a tongue that no one really understands, black, purple, white, and gray flames consume around his body, and you hear fire burn, and you hear a chuckle in the fire, and the fire disappears, and Marcus is just but ashes on the ground.
But really quick, for everyone to understand something, I did forget to mention this. And I may have mentioned it in the last session, but if you didn't see the last session, the crowns, the continents, the states are run by kings and queens, as I said, but all of them wear a crown, and that crown signifies whether they're the king or queen of that state. These crowns are magically enchanted to have some sort of magical ability. What they're mentioned in this video is the crown of Future Sight and the crown of something that Pitspia was wearing. They all wear crowns. They all have some sort of magic attached to them. You guys don't actually know, my players, don't actually know what the crowns do. You know the names of the crowns, which you can kind of get something off of, like the name of it. Oh, the Future Sight. Okay, so they can see the future. Cool. Like, you can do that. But you don't know to the details of how it works, where it came from, and all that stuff. You don't have all that information. They won't reveal that to you. It's just your responsibility to protect them and make sure they don't get killed and it gets into the wrong hands. You don't want that. But yes, that's what the crowns are they're talking about within the video. And these are essential because they're super powerful magics. And now they're gone. Just gone. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Yes.
Fire.
Canonically wise, is there a reason why we couldn't do anything during that cutscene?
To make it to make it interesting for story and plot, I needed to get the plot line started, and
Yes.
that's how I did it. For story-wise, if you attempted, you would have assumed that he would have stopped you somehow.
Okay.
Because Cass got chained to his seat. Papia's
Well, I mean, we could
fingers
just
got
say we were chained to the floor. Or something.
exactly. So you were somehow stopped if you did try to pursue.
Okay.
My players have read, hopefully have read, the document that refers to each of the different states and what they're known for.
Yep. Totally.
Okay. Well, I will send it to you guys again so you can read it. But every state has some sort of thing they're known for, and you'll learn those as we play into each state because you'll be going into each state. But for the sake of the people that are watching, I'll read just a little bit of this for you so you understand what's happening. So the continent of the 5 states is called Ista, and these states consist of Suntai, Mudai, Walton, Alubai, and Vale. In these states, they hold different amounts of people. Everyone's welcome there. So you got goblins, tieflings, demons, devils. You have a bunch of different types of people inside these states. A lot of these states are formed over many, many years ago. They've been around for a long time. And then the crowns are what determines basically who's in control, the king or the queen, and so on. It's usually passed down through family or through some other mean. The people that originally got it were given it in some sort of other fashion. But the crowns include these: the crown of future sight, the crown of ultimate magic, the crown of memories, the crown of emotions, and the crown of gifting. Yeah, that's basically it for the crowns. You know what's happening with the crowns. Each of the kings and queens have them, so that they're responsible for it. But now that they're gone, someone else is kind of responsible for it, and it's you guys. All right. In that case, okay. So first things first. Papia is still screaming. He's over there still screaming with his fingers cut off. Cask is now released from these chains, which basically disappear, and there's a pile of ash sitting on the ground that once was Marcus. Miranda, Miranda's over with King Pathpia. She is doing some medical stuff. And Shazatai is kind of just fumbling over himself because he didn't expect his son to come back and do all this crap. And it's unlike him. He's saying that out loud. He's like, this is totally unlike him. He would never do that. That's not him. That's not my son. No. And then Amethyst is kind of calm for the most part. She's just sitting over there with her hands together, pressed against her lips, and she's just thinking. But you are free to ask whatever you need to ask to any of them, if you have any questions. No?
So what is it that we're supposed to do next, then?
Phenomenal. I'm just gonna. I would assume that's in your character's voice. The Amethyst goes. It is your responsibility to go and find the crowns. We hired you for this specific thing, not necessarily losing the crowns, but for protecting the crowns, because that's a necessity. So our lives currently do not matter. Since we don't have the crowns, we're completely, utterly useless as the kings and queens because we don't have them. If someone else gains them, they technically I don't know, rule the state that they have and technically control the continent. Create war, if they so desire. So, it's up to you three to go forth and go find them. Sound good? I have no idea where they are. I have been thinking about where they could have been, but I don't know anything about Marcus. Shaza! And Shaza's like, yes. And she goes, where would Marcus potentially extend the crowns. Shala goes, I have no idea. I didn't look that far into the future to see what has happened. I didn't think this would have been actually possible in the first place. I saw a different time. Something that should have happened but didn't. Yeah, what's up? Go ahead. What's up? How you doing? How we doing?
Is there any sort of way to track these powerful magics?
Yes. Who am I responding with here? Amethyst goes, I truly don't know. It's never something that we would have concern over. She looks at Patpia, who is no longer screaming. Patpia goes, it's not something we have done. I haven't put any spells on them to track them, and even if they did, it wouldn't surprise me if he, got rid of the spell. He seems a little more powerful than expected.
I mean, he's all about what seems to be revolution. Is there any sort of revolutionary groups in each state that we can look into first?
All the kings and queens are thinking. Shaza goes, other than the mountain men, but they're not really a revolution. They're just very standoffish and kind of don't like to talk to us, nor do they like us being near them.
Well, would they attempt if they, say, received one of these crowns?
Say again?
Would they attempt if they, say, received one of these crowns?
We don't really know. To be completely honest, I don't know what they would do. Cass goes, the mountain men are something that we don't keep an eye on. You see, they hide in the mountains, and we can't get up in the mountains because it's a little too of a trek to get up there. But whenever they decide to come down, we keep an eye on them. But I highly doubt it's them. They seem to be more focused on their own shit.
Well, unless anybody has any leads on Marcus, doesn't seem like we have any options.
Apologize, everyone. Anyway, players were asking some questions in regarding to where they get the masks, they get the crowns, and how to track them. The words are hard for me. Kings and queens don't seem to really know. However, Papia, after screaming, and his favors are still severed from his body. He gets up, shaking, and he goes, there is one person that may be able to aid us. He's a wizard. He's south of Suntai. He's south of Suntai. His name is Churu. He is basically responsible for kind of revealing what these crowns did for us and how they work. He might be able to answer some questions in regards to them. Maybe he knows where they've gone. Maybe he has a way of tracking them. I am not entirely sure, though. I'd recommend going there. Amethyst goes, you can all take horses. It'll take one day to get there with a horse. Yes. She goes, I will prepare them. And she walks out of the building.
She gonna have a nice sit and talk with them. She's like, hey, you're going on a trip tomorrow. Be nice for mommy.
Yeah, so that's what she says. It seems like Papia is really kind of set on the idea that this wizard named Shuru might actually have some information regarding the spell, regarding the crowns.
Well, I look at the group. Alright, so I guess the wizard it is.
That works for me. I do like wizards.
We could see if he can make your raccoon talk.
Bean.
Huh?
He goes. He sees. We'll see if he can make your raccoon talk.
Can I bring my raccoons on this adventure?
Yeah. Cass goes. He sits back down with like a big thud, and he goes, "You may all go to your homes and find what you need to find, and then immediately leave Ventura."
Why are you so angry at us?
He goes, "I'm not angry at you. Your only hope now."
But then calm your head, or else we won't have no hope.
I just smack Lolita on the arm. It's like,
Stop.
not the moment. Not.
Go file for unemployment, bitch.
I don't need you.
Come work at Dickens instead.
Comes back. I'm hungry.
I'll bring
I
them.
need food.
I'm cold.
I'm cold and I'm hungry.
Turns out I don't get my house if I decline this job.
Since it's 5 years in the future, we've been working with them a lot. But when you come to these monthly meetings, you don't actually take any of your gear with you. You just kind of go
Oh,
Where you going?
to the
I would
meeting.
always bring my loot every time.
I was gonna say you will probably go back home and grab the rest of your shit.
I'm bringing my raccoons.
So-
I will see those.
Who all wants to go back to their house?
I'll go back regardless to make
Like,
sure everything's running smoothly and put people in charge before I leave.
So you know how people like have those backpacks that they put their babies in?
Yeah. Oh my God. You have one of the raccoons.
I have them built onto my my backpack
Oh my-
actually, and there's one for each raccoon. Because when we came back from our first adventure for the trial, Rex had Jerry halfway in his mouth. So I have decided that they need to come with me so I can keep them from eating each other.
Ballasar, are you going back home to grab your shit?
Little blue-haired elf with flower crowns carrying.
Most of my shit fits in my bag, which is easy to carry as it is. So I'm going back home to collect my copper pile, and that's it.
Okay, sounds good. We'll just assume that this doesn't take very long. It would take a couple days of travel because of where your houses are. But we'll just keep it simple. You get there, time doesn't really change too much. But since it has been 5 years, a lot has changed in the dynamic of how you live and exist in these worlds. We'll start with Bean, because I have some fun stuff for you.
Have
Is
an
there more
idea
raccoons? Have they procreated?
for your capstone project. It's gonna be a backpack.
No.
With raccoon compartments.
Bean,
Yeah.
you trot your way back home, and it is a beautifully built home, beautiful wood. It has flowers growing like on it, like beautiful flowers growing on it. I have a little mailbox that says your name on it.
And I have poorly painted on Rex and Jerry.
As you approach your house, you hear something break inside, and the light is on. You do not leave the light
Your raccoons are dead.
Kick my fucking door in.
on. You do. There is modern technology, sort of. It's dwarven technology, so there is technically light switches.
Okay.
So if you want to turn on your light, you're welcome to.
I turn on my light.
You do. And about in the center of your living room space, in the center, you see a circle
Mm-hmm.
of raccoons, about 10, and 2 of which are in the center beating the crap out of each other. And then outside that circle is a baby raccoon, just sitting there, watching from a distance. The ones in the middle are Rex and Jerry. At it again. You kind of feel like after these raccoons are yours. They have basically made their home here. Rex and Jerry have brought them in. Rex and Jerry kind of fight for control over the raccoons in the house when you're not home. So that's currently what they're doing.
What do you young men think you're doing?
They all start running out. They all start hiding in places and moving around behind things.
I saw you. There's no reason to hide. Front and center, every single one of you.
Rex is trying to get into a jar that he clearly cannot fit.
I grab Rex by his tail and hold him upside down.
Rex,
What do you think you're doing there, Rexy?
it makes a raccoon noise. I don't know what a raccoon noise is. Squeaking, I guess.
Yeah.
Which you kind of learn what they kind of mean, these cooings and noises. It just makes a coo, and it's basically nothing.
Well, it sure as fuck didn't look like nothing. Mommy's going on another adventure. And
They all poke their heads out.
who wants to come with us?
They all run up. Even the little one. The baby.
Okay.
The baby must get a voice.
Take two of you.
No, they're all like raising their hands.
And since you two, I'm gonna point at Rex and Jerry, can't get along,
Jerry found a peach. He's just eating it.
then I think it's gonna be you two this time. Because you two can't get along, and you need some time together to get along. We're gonna get in the get along backpack, and I'm making an extra pocket on my backpack is for the baby.
You want to bring the baby?
Yes.
All the raccoons go and look at the baby, and the baby's like. By the way, you don't know which one produced that baby.
I'm just gonna say it was Rex and Jerry. What gender is this baby raccoon?
Male. Baby male. You want me to tell you his name?
Yes.
Salad.
Salad? I named him Salad.
Salad.
Alrighty. So we got Rex, Jerry, and Salad.
And then, of course, you have the other ones that you were.
I'm gonna have to name all of them. I already know that.
Yep.
Yep. I'm bringing Rex. I'm bringing Jerry, and I'm bringing Salad. They're all coming with me on my backpack.
The backpack would be hard to carry Salad. However, you can carry him with you. You can like sit on your shoulder. You can sit in your pocket almost, basically.
I am going to add a pocket onto my outfit. Just to be
It's a
little pocket for Salad.
Okay. Sure. Okay. That's it. That's all I needed. I am going to talk with Charles next.
Ooh.
You head back home. I would assume you still live by yourself. Your stuff is there. Nothing that's too bad. I mean, you have a very beautiful house, of course. But yeah, it's pristine. Like nothing touched it.
Okay.
You have a neighbor that is an old granny, who's the sweetest thing on earth, but completely oblivious to a lot of the things. Today, she's coming out to her mailbox when you walk up, and she's in her mailbox trying to grab her papers, and one of her plants on the front is on fire currently.
Oh. I will go snuff it out.
You do so, and she's like, "Why did you step on my flower?"
There was a very nasty insect. I just want to make sure you'd be okay.
Oh, my poor flower's hurt though.
Oh, don't worry. It will grow back. I didn't step that hard on it. The stem didn't break.
Okay, I guess.
Okay.
What? I haven't seen you in a little while. How are you?
Oh, very good, Gregoria. I've been out, teaching at some different colleges in the area.
Oh, you're still doing the teaching thing.
Yes, absolutely. It is my passion, after all.
I can see it in your eyes. She's almost blind, so.
Alrighty, well, Gregoria, I'm going out. Again, if you can keep an eye on the place like you have.
Do you
You're doing
want
an
me
excellent job.
Do you need me to come in and clean?
I'm gonna. Have I ever had a clean before?
Never.
Okay. No, just if somebody tries to get in that shouldn't be there, just go tell, I think I named him George. George at the College of Valor.
Okay, I can do that.
Thank you.
Did you, before she goes back in, she goes, "Did you want some of my banana bread?"
Absolutely. I'm going to be gone for a while.
She slowly makes her way inside and comes back out with some bread. Definitely not banana bread.
Mhm.
It more or less tastes. It tastes like a pumpkin. Is the best way to put it. Like pumpkin spice almost. It's clearly not a banana. So
Okay.
she's kind of lost it.
Good enough.
But she gives it to you with her shaky hands. She goes, "Now you better eat that soon, because it doesn't last very long on the shelf."
Well, I will start right away.
She pokes your stomach. She's like, "Gotta fill yourself. You're just freaking skinny."
Well, I try to when I can. I'm so busy with work, I don't get any time to eat.
Mm-hmm. That's what you say. She she goes, "Well, enjoy your life." Or whatever you're doing, I can't remember. She makes her way back into her house, and you realize that she has left her mail on the ground.
I'll just pick up her mail and put it on the front doorstep.
Okay.
And then I will make my way to the college and find George.
Sure. So George, are you talking about George as in the other professor?
The other professor that I made my second in command, and he totally didn't know what he was doing 5 years ago, but probably does by now.
The one that taught the goblin?
Yes, and the one that would take over my class and did an absolutely awful job doing it.
Correct.
Yes.
So unfortunately, George is no longer working there. He kind of just stopped working there after a while. He said he was going to go pursue the wild, and that meant literally, which is just standing out in the woods and being a crackhead in the woods. Um, um, sorry, I'm thinking here. So he's gone, unfortunately. But you do have another person that you met. His name is Harry, and he runs your class. He actually does it successfully. And he's been doing it for about 2 years now. I wouldn't say he works for you, though.
Okay. Well, I'll find Harry and then let him know I'm going on a business trip.
Sure. Harry is typically in his office. He only teaches like 2 classes on his own stuff, but he'll teach your class if he ever needs to. But he's in his office and he's writing stuff down on some paper, sitting there. Bad now. The door is closed.
The door's closed?
Yep.
I'll knock on the door.
He's writing. He stops writing and he flips his pen, and the door unlocks and opens for you. And he continues writing. He's a human male, but there's no really defining features of him. If you could think of the most stereotypical male ever, like generic, that's what he kind of looks like.
Okay. Harry, I know I just got back, but I'm going to have to make another trip.
So where now?
Hopefully, 3-5 days max.
Does that mean you need me to teach your classes again?
If you wouldn't mind.
You know, from the times that I keep teaching your classes every once a month, it almost seems like you're doing something illegal.
I just start laughing and start chuckling.
He goes,
well, yep.
He goes, "Well, I don't think that's true, because I don't think you could ever do something illegal."
Like I'd have a mean bone in my body.
Yes, indeed, you do not. I'm kind of thinking.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, you do such a great job, and my students always request you. That's why I always come to you.
Don't you think it's a bit of a concern that your own students request me more than you?
I agree, absolutely. Hopefully after this tutoring session at one of the colleges further south is over, I should be able to be back for quite some time.
Yes. I mean, I do a lot of the teaching, and you still get paid the big bucks over there.
Okay, what do you think would be a fair deal?
Oh, no, I just enjoy teaching.
Are you sure?
I don't need anything from you. Absolutely.
Okay.
I enjoy what I do. I don't know if you enjoy the same thing, if you actually enjoy teaching, or you just enjoy having the idea that you are a teacher or a professor.
I mean, would I travel to other schools and offer help if I didn't enjoy it?
I mean, valid, but you have not told me what school you're going to, actually.
Do I know of any schools down south?
You just, yeah, you do know of one, but it's not one that would be kind of part of College of Valor. It's kind of a rinky-dink little, like, kind of general public school, but it's not anything fabulous. It's a really small town nearby where you're actually supposed to go.
I name that school.
You can name it if you want.
Yeah, I'll name that school.
Just say you're doing it for
No, I
charity.
mean, as in I say the name of that school. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I got you. And he goes, oh, that's a little bit interesting. I wouldn't expect you to be going there. Out of all the places.
Most wouldn't, but I actually, my upbringing was from very unfortunate circumstances, so I believe that giving the unfortunate, how do I word it? Proper education can lead to success like I've found myself.
All right. Well, don't get any diseases, don't get killed, don't get mugged.
Oh, that's always the goal.
Because I think your students would be upset. Or they may not. They like me better anyway.
I'll just chuckle again. All right, well, I'll see you in a couple of days, hopefully.
Alrighty. Safe travels.
Yes, we'll be safe
Hmm.
out there as well.
Really quick, your friend is looking for you.
Which one?
The red scaled one.
Okay, now I'll find him. Is that my second in command for the other job?
That would be Idred.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's a woman or a man. I think it's a man. A man, yeah, it is. As you travel through the halls, you do run into another person that you know. That's in this college. He's the guard of this, one of the guards of the college. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Is it the dude who I said was a hero?
It's a human male from a tribe of the Sun's Guard. In Scorching Plains.
Oh my god, I forgot that I did that.
Yep, he came here for trade and never left. Now he runs security in the college.
Alrighty. He's in my backstory, right?
Yep. And you're easy to find him because guess what?
He's downtown.
He's humming to himself.
Oh, okay. I run into him first.
Yeah, you come around a corner and he's over there like mopping the floor. He's like,
Okay. Let me pull up my backstory because I forgot about the people I brought with me.
It's Xeranteth. I don't know how to pronounce that. Xanarinth?
I think so. Let me pull it up. What the fuck? Why you blocked? It was towards the end, correct?
Yep.
There it is.
I'm gonna try to do what I expect of him from what you've given me, so I'll try my best.
Let me find. There it is. Yeah, I think it was Zeraneth.
Yep.
Yeah. I see.
When you say dark complexion, do you mean he's just kind of dark in general?
Yeah, like a very dark tan. It just never goes away, no matter how inside he is. Yeah.
Okay.
He grew up his entire life in just a plains with practically no.
Gotcha. You didn't give me much of a personality to him, so I'm going to give him one.
Okay, go right ahead. All right. Oh, Zeraneth.
Wow. He goes, talking to you again, the great dean. He gives you a wink as he's being sarcastic.
Oh, please, not yet, at the very least.
Oh, be quiet. Come on. Not like you're not going to get it. Come on, you know very well you're going to get the deanship at one point.
I mean, eventually, but it's not count chickens before they hatch.
Be so humble.
So I'm going to be making another trip.
Oh.
It'll be about 5 days if you can keep an eye on the house and the place and everything.
Yes. I guess I can do that. I'm going to be the best watcher of houses. What about your lady friend next door?
What about her?
She doing good?
She is, yes. She gave me banana bread, even though it's not banana bread, if that says anything to you.
Oh,
Yes.
is it edible?
Just also, yes, it is, thankfully.
Okay, all right.
Just make sure she doesn't accidentally hurt herself. I know that's. I'll give you a slight bump in pay if.
All right, you got it. I can do that.
All right. Well,
I mean, I am because I am security of this college.
yes, absolutely. Well, you're
He's
doing
very,
it.
he's
Go
very
ahead.
fond of his job of being security.
Yes, that's great. So I'll just pat him on the shoulder. Well, you're doing a great job. Like I thought you would.
He goes, "Oh, I have to show you something." And he has you come with him to the janitor's closet, which is basically his office, which he doesn't have one. But he opens it, and inside, on this rickety old desk, you see this statue of the dean, made of some sort of metal. This statue is actually the dean's statue, tiny statue that sits normally on his desk.
It's just wait, where are we right now that he has that?
A janitor's closet. He stole it and put it in the
Just
janitor's
it. Well, that is marvelous.
I don't think he notices yet. And if he does bring it up, you haven't seen it. Neither have I.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a student prank.
Yeah, and also don't tell him that this is my closet. I don't think he'd be too fond of that either.
I mean, who knows? I mean, we have quite astute students who can easily pick a lock.
Valid. True.
Well, keep up the great work. Keep messing with the dean. And,
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I'll be back to check up on everything.
All right, you do your safe travels. Don't kill anyone unless you have to, which would be amazing because it's cool sometimes. But don't hurt anyone that isn't responsible for the damage dealt.
As if I could hurt anyone. And then I'll wink and then walk away.
I get it. That's hilarious.
That's great.
Yeah, you wander away. We're gonna stop there, and we're gonna have you wander a little bit. But I want to jump to Balasar.
Is real quick, is Uranus knows that he's in on the business too, correct?
Zorana?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, that's why he knows that you can hurt someone. He knows what you're capable of. Yes.
Gotcha.
That's why he's like, yo, if you're gonna be the dean, of course you're gonna be the dean. You know what I mean? Balasar.
Yes.
You head back to your home, not where your parents are, but to your home that you reside in.
Yes.
You arrive back at your house. Your house is very nice. It's beautiful. It seems untouched. There's mail in the mailbox. There is, however, a light on in your house.
All right.
And the front door is unlocked, which is not normal.
Okay. I will try to quietly and carefully enter my house.
Sorry. You enter the house quietly. You see that it's the light in your back room. It's basically like a storage kind of room in a way. It's a little big.
All right.
I assume you still continue to approach into your house silently.
Yes. I
As
will
you do,
also be turning into a spider and walking along the wall.
okay, sweet. Yeah, you're a spider. You're on the wall. I guess you don't really have to be as stealthy now because you're a spider. As we go around the turn and look into this room, there is a kid in your house who is searching through one of your chests that you just keep stuff in. Mainly just old pottery and things that you just don't really need anymore. Things that came from probably from your mother and father's home, or places you've been that you've collected. But he's looking through them, like analyzing them as if he's kind of determining as if they're worth anything.
I am going to scurry up behind him. And then when I'm like about 2 feet behind him, I'm going to change back into myself.
Sure. Are you changing back into yourself stealthily, or are you just
No. I
making
am
as much as possible?
I'm not making as much noise as possible. It is just I'm not hiding it. I am now here and I am now behind him.
Okay. When you do that, it's not too loud, but it's noticeable that you're there because the floor creaks as if something just stepped there. The kid freezes right in mid-sight of looking at some sort of vase. And he does not move because he's not sure what to do.
I suggest that you carefully put that down.
He puts it down very gently.
Good. Now why are you in my house?
He goes, I was cleaning. I was cleaning.
All right. I will ask you one more time, and I suggest that you do your best for honesty. Why are you currently in my house?
I'm trying to steal something so I can get money.
And what is it that you need money for?
He kind of looks at the ground and he goes, a new top. The toy tops.
You're going through all this trouble, getting into so much trouble, for that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my mom and dad don't get me it, and every other kid has cool ones, and I'm just over here not having a cool one. The last one broke.
Child the second cold.
Do you understand the concept of earning something?
I'm a kid.
But do you understand the concept of earning something? If you
Yeah.
do something, then that someone else needs you to do, then they help you out by giving you something, usually money.
I mean, yeah, but like I can't work. I'm just a kid. Gotta go to school.
So you got time to steal shit, but you ain't got time to go earn some money, go my grass, bitch.
If you didn't have time, then you wouldn't be here.
To be honest, sir, I skipped class.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't hurt me.
I
That's
have
not
a friend that might be able to help you out. If you go to his place and help him with a couple things around, then I'm sure that he could get you not only a top, but a way of actually being able to do stuff that you want.
Who's this friend? Are you going to tell them I was robbing?
That depends on how this goes.
I didn't take anything.
I'd like to insight him.
She'll teach for a while.
I got a natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah, he's not lying. He hasn't taken anything.
Alright. My friend's name is Free. He runs a shop not too far off from here.
Okay. What does he do?
That is what he does. He runs his shop.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
So let's go have a conversation with him.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to basically pick up the kid and put him on my shoulder.
Are you like... Is it like a sack of potatoes?
No, like he's sitting on my shoulder.
Oh, okay. I was thinking a sack of potatoes style. I'm like, oh my god.
No.
Alright, I'm eating this.
While I am walking back to my friend, I'm going to ask the kid, have you eaten today?
The kid goes, yeah, had a sandwich.
Alright. And you seem to be finely dressed. Or at least actually dressed.
Yeah, he's dressed.
So it's not like you seem to have much for problems.
I mean, my mom and dad are the reason why I have clothes and food, but like, I just don't have money myself.
And that is what we were going to work with.
Okay. I'm just imagining the parents watching from a distance and
I was abducted by
land druid. They're like, oh, we lost another one to the forest. Damn it!
Thank you, Sunken Ore. You make it to your friend Free.
Walking up to the little cloister, the name of the shop. Walk through. And go find him, the blue tiefling.
Again, you didn't give me much about him other than a few generic stuff, so I'm just gonna create a personality. That's alright with you.
I did, it's just it was buried in paragraph stuff.
He sells things, which I already know he sells things. He is charismatic facade when he's talking to other people. He's very self-conscious.
Yes.
I mean, I have that stuff, but
Okay.
I mean, other than that.
That's what I, as in character, understand of him.
Sorry?
That's what I, in character, understand of him.
Yes. I mean, there's probably a lot more to him, but we'll just create up on the fly.
So, we get there. Hey, Free.
He goes, yeah, hey, there's a kid on top of you.
Yeah. He's looking for a way to earn some money.
Me too.
You not selling much?
He goes, it's off and on. But what's he looking for?
At the current moment, a way to be able to get a top.
He goes, like a top, as in like the toy?
Yes.
Oh. All right. So he's a little confused by this idea because he's not entirely sure why you bring him here. And he goes, I don't got tops. I don't sell that.
I've known you to sell a couple different various things. The only thing that I personally keep track of is the stuff that I sell to you myself.
Correct. Potions.
But the main thing is, I brought him here because he was causing a bit of trouble. He was wanting a way to be able to get a top. And I figured that he could assist you with something around the shop for a little bit of earning so that he doesn't end up causing more trouble.
Oh. Okay. He goes, all right. Did you say that he was stealing from you?
No.
Okay.
I just said that he was generally causing a bit of trouble.
He goes, okay. Well, I hope the little troublemaker can organize things, because my back room is a mess. It's kind of embarrassing.
I just turned to look at him. Do you think you can help with that?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Alright. And if you do a good job and you actually are able to do this well, then we'll be able to find out a good stream for this to be a thing.
Okay, all right, yeah. What do I tell my mother and father?
That you are looking to actually do something productive rather than get into trouble.
Well, they don't really know that I get in trouble.
Just tell them you found us underground.
Voice in my head, it's school time.
You can go to school soon. We were just discussing this.
Okay, so should I come here after school?
Yes.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out a silver piece.
Oh man, are you giving it to him?
This is for right now. You do good, you can get more.
He grabs it and his eyes widen. He goes, "Yeah, I can do great. I'll clean and I'll do whatever."
Alright. Now go to school and get your studying done first.
He starts running to the school, and as he's running, you hear, "Fuck yeah!" No, hey, stop that.
I then turn to Free. If he causes you any trouble, please let me know.
He goes, absolutely. By the way, does that look bad? He points to a new shelf that he has set up, and it doesn't look bad at all. But he's like, does that look bad? Does that show what everything is, or does that look really bad? I think it looks really bad.
It looks pretty well to me.
On my chain.
If you are, I'd say like put up a little barrier to the front of it, just slightly tilt it so that people might be able to see a bit further to the back of it.
I think you're right. See, this is why I ask you, because you know what you're doing. And I try my best, but thank you. You're right. I should probably do that.
I understand mechanics behind things. I'm just not good with people. That's where you come in.
Yeah, I try. Anything else that you need to do? Other than grab your stuff?
Concluding that, I'm going to be heading out to get some more supplies for making more of the potions.
Okay. Do you need anything from me?
Just let me know when you are running low.
Can do. Will do. Always greatly appreciate your work.
Yeah, and I'm sure the buyer does as well.
I haven't had any complaints.
Take care, my friend.
He goes, farewell, my friend. Safe travels. Don't get hurt. Don't want you to come back missing an arm.
We'll see. And I will head off, go collect my copper pile, and then head out.
Copper pile. So with that,
To be more understanding of like what I reference with that, I literally keep 170 copper pieces just for the sake of sleeping with.
oh, okay.
I mean, he is a dragonborn.
It's what I use as bedding, basically.
Oh no. Anywho, I'm gonna stop there for the stream for the game tonight.
Hold on.
Alright. It seems we've run out of time for this. I hope that you enjoyed the show and that you enjoyed your stay. Please do come back again. And when we pick up next time, I will try to keep these posted not too long after to keep them updated. Hope you have a wonderful day and or night wherever you are. And hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.